Hi, Taurus. So I know, like, we're having a sit down this morning for November. October was rough, and I know that the Earth signs felt it. Capricorn was probably a little bit easier, but I know that Virgo and Taurus really felt like this watery energy is not easy for the Earth signs to go through. There's going to be a lot of reflection time in November. I want you guys to go easy on yourselves because, being really hard on yourselves right now is only going to take you down the rabbit hole and make you emotional, make you feel like you don't have control over situations, right? Then we have the Six of Swords and we have the Queen of Cups. So ease into November with a lot of self-care. Because of all of this watery energy, and what do I mean by that? There are a lot of planets that are still in Scorpio. We are in Scorpio season. So we have the Sun, we have Venus, we have Mercury, we have, Jupiter's moving into Sagittarius the first week in November. So that's going to let up and be a little bit easier. Your full moon that actually happens tomorrow is going to be a really good time of like culminations and kind of just getting things back on track for you. Recognizing what it is that is going to make you stable for the rest of the year. Yes, there's been a lot of pain, right? Three of Swords, possibly surrounding an earth sign or a water sign, another earth sign or a water sign. Could be a Capricorn. We have Capricorn energy here. The Four of Swords. But I feel like with this Devil energy, this Capricorn energy, the cards are kind of saying like pull from what Saturn and Pluto, the strength of what Capricorn has right now. Like go to your fellow earth sign. Pull from that kind of energy. Because sitting in your energy this morning was really, really tough. Like, I just wanted to cry all morning. And I don't want to do that to you guys. Like, I don't want to come here and be like, oh, you poor things. No, you guys know that's not how I work. You know that I'm not going to sit here and coddle you. But at the same time, I have so many friends who are Taurians that have been through everything, right? Everything this year. And I mean, same with Virgo. Virgo's been through everything this year. So, gathering strength from where we can is probably the easiest way to get through all of this. And it's so funny because it's like the tower already fell. The pain has already happened. The Band-Aid was ripped off. It's just dwelling in it is where we have to like pull ourselves away from, right? You can't dwell in the chaos that has ensued. You can't dwell in all the pain that's already happened. You have to move forward and keep going. And it doesn't, like, you don't want to. You want to like curl up, as a good friend of mine actually said to me this morning, you want to curl up in a blanket burrito in bed and just, it's getting cold. If you're in the States, it's getting cold. Instead, go on new adventures. Try to, and I know that's so easy to say, right? The Page of Wands. Be playful. Have a good time. Go hang out with your friends that make you feel very childlike. Hang out with family that makes you feel like you don't have to be an emotional mess. If you're dealing with a water sign, they're swimming in it right now. They're swimming in this very heavy, very watery energy in November. And they're navigating it so much better than you. Doesn't have to be a water sign, though. Could be somebody who is just emotionally not there for you right now. And it's painful. The Seven of Wands is somebody who is really defensive and kind of like fighting for themselves in like a self-preservation sort of way. They may have their boundaries up. They may have their walls up against you. And it's not easy to sit in that, and it's not easy to have to be around that. The funny thing is I don't feel like they're outwardly fighting you. I feel like this is kind of a silent retreat. It's like one of those things where, yeah, I mean, exactly what I'm saying. You want to be able to break down the walls. You want to be able to offer somebody something. You want to have that love in your life, that Knight of Cups. But the wall that they have up, the wall that this water sign has up, or this person who is, you know, typically or usually somebody who's very caring and nurturing in your life, and now they're just like shut off. And all of the memories of everything that you have been through, and this doesn't even have to be romantic. It could be a friendship. It could be a family member. But everything that you've been through with this, whoever this water sign, this Queen of Cups represents in your life, the reality of not being able to penetrate those walls is painful because you want to so desperately. And you want to do it in such a peaceful, you know, we've talked about how the bull is one of the most peaceful animals, and why would you want to poke them? This person's doing just the opposite. They're not poking you. It's like and it's not even like they're ghosting you. They've just shut off. One of the things that I really want to reiterate for you guys in November is you can only control how you react to other people. You cannot control how they react to you or how they act or treat you, right? And it's not easy right now for people to navigate this energy. So what is Scorpio season? It's just opposite of you guys, which is one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to do your reading right after the Scorpio reading. Or not right after, but you're the next one on the list, right? Plus, you guys are amazing and you support me so much. I wanted to be able to help you guys navigate this rough energy that you will be coming into. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, this is not something that we take lightly. By the way, if my audio and video is still off sync, I can't even, like, the veil is so thin right now that the energy is so potent that it's just going to happen. So I apologize if it's annoying to you. Just throw that out there right now. So when this person doesn't react to you in the way that you want them to, if they shut you out, if they shut you off in some way, shape, or form, you have to remember that it probably has, if it has anything to do with you, it's because they're trying to navigate their own emotions and not really knowing how to do that. They may have this same broken heart. They may feel that distance is the only way to do that right now. So Scorpio season, what is it all about? It's about recognizing where it is that we have been hurt, where it is that we have been pained, and releasing that and trying to heal that in a way where we're not like spewing like venom or spewing, you know, because the scorpion has their tail ready to go at any time. The thing is we don't have that armor of a scorpion. We don't have that, you know, unless you're a crab, but even then, like in cancers have that for the crab, but even then, it's very difficult to, when somebody stings you and then runs away, It's not easy to get through that, right? And that's kind of what's happening here. Either a person ghosted you, or they've just shut you out of their life in some way, or they're not being as receptive to you as you would like. It's like you try and give this little, like an inch, and they won't even take that. So sit with yourself, meditate, and the shadow side, the devil, recognizing what it is within you that needs to heal. What is it that this person is triggering within you that is now kind of a shock? It was kind of a shock for you. And I don't know if it happened in October. We are still in October, but I really feel like this Three of Swords is kind of, it's something that you're already like recognizing now. Even at the end of October, you're recognizing this pain and this hurt. The thing is whatever it is that this person is doing, whatever it is that is like really keeping them at bay and keeping them kind of like pulled away from you, it's actually benefiting you. And maybe they recognize that. Maybe they're like, well, we needed the space. We needed the time. I know that you don't want that. You know, when a Taurus has their eyes set on someone or their mind set on something, they're going to go for it. You guys aren't always stubborn. You're not always fixed in one spot. When you want it, you're going to do it. And then when you get it, it's yours, right? And not in like a possessive way, but kind of in a possessive way. And because you have to release the expectations of somebody else's non-advancement or advancement even, it's like you try and they back off. It's actually benefiting you. And how is it benefiting you? It's triggering you to heal. It's triggering you to look at the aspects of how this relationship dynamic really works, or how this person in your life is that person who quietly pokes at you. What is this person representing for you? Where is that pain coming from? If you can put a name to it and then work with the trigger and start to heal it, I think coming out of November, there will be so many opportunities and your eyes will be like wide open. It's like Scorpio season is going to open up your eyes to why certain people have come into your life or why certain people are in your life, and the benefits of why they're there. Like, don't look at this pain and heartache as something that you just need to wallow in. Look at it as a fresh start. I'm just going to take these cards. There was several of them that fell, and normally I wouldn't do that, but yeah, but I want to, and this is why. Because on the Four of Swords for me is cutting ties with the idea of the way you think things are supposed to go and looking at them in a new way. It's kind of a minor arcana of the Hanged Man, right? You do it in quiet meditation. You do it within yourself, and then you can like react in a positive way, right? So we have the Ace of Swords, the Fool, the Three of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. It's almost like this person retreating in your life, the benefit of it is bringing you a lot of clarity of, oh, damn, I got to do something new with my life. Or I got to do something new within my life. This person hurting them, like with their hurts and pains, and therefore putting them on you, whether it's in a quiet way, because let's be real, when people ghost us that we care about, when they ghost us, that's a trigger, because then we feel that rejection, or we feel that like, you know, what's wrong with me? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Right? Maybe you did something, maybe you didn't do something. But it's giving you a chance to heal, rebuild, start something new, recognize that there are, like, you need to have this fresh new beginning in your life. And it's like this quiet, almost like the love nudge that I gave you in the last, it's like this quiet, albeit painful, but quiet push forward. And I don't think you recognize it that you're just looking at the pain. You're not recognizing and seeing it that way. You're looking at the aspect of, well, what the hell? I showed up. Why didn't they? The Three of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Rebuilding, teamwork, having something that is equal and balanced in your life, and recognizing that that's what's needed. It needs to happen. Having that balance in your life needs to happen. And it has to be a give and take type thing. It has to be a give and take type situation. And the clarity, like being super honest with yourself, you're going to gain a lot of clarity if you get quiet. Get quiet with yourself. And meditate and rest and heal from the heartache and see what it was that triggered. And then look at that shadow aspect of it. Look at, what is the karmic tie to this that I have? What is it that I need to heal? What am I missing here? Those are some of the biggest questions that we failed to ask ourselves. What am I missing here? We just kind of want to put the blame on somebody else, right? They're the ones that are doing it wrong. They're the ones that, hurt me. They're the ones that did this. They're the ones that did that. Well, when a person is projecting pain onto you or triggering you in some way, whether it is in a physical way or by being silent, you have to ask yourself, what is this trigger and why? And again, like putting a name to it and allowing it to redefine you, transform you, right? Scorpio season, the Death card. See, the thing is you guys aren't looking at the positive aspects of what's going on here. And that's why, because it is so painful. Because it hurts so much, and I feel the hurt. And I want to take it all away from you. Like, I want to take all of your Taurus pain. And I want to say, it's going to be okay. And I want to heal that part of you guys. Like, I want to cry right now for you. So you can get that, like, built up frustration out. Things become much, much brighter. And yeah, it doesn't feel like it. So we have the Sun, the King of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Six of Wands, and Judgment. There's a fire sign in your midst. Doesn't have to be a fire sign, somebody that just feels really good about themselves. Could be a Leo. Could be an Aries. We also have Aries here. Sagittarius. Somebody who feels really, really good about themselves. But they're not making you feel so good. With the Five of Pentacles. There's this lack mentality that they give you. They make you feel like you are less of a person. And for some reason, you're holding on to, and I know why you're holding on to it, because you want to succeed in this. This fire sign doesn't have to be a relationship person. This could be just about anybody in your life. Could even be work related, since we have the Five of Pentacles here. It could be somebody that kind of like doesn't really see your worth at work or in the office or whatever, what have you, right? The Two of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. If you're holding on to a connection with somebody really, really tightly like this, the universe is asking you to let go a little. The universe is asking you to release the expectations of it. because the Chariot's just around the corner. And the Chariot is when divine timing comes in, when the universe comes in and starts to work in your life in a way that you couldn't even imagine how much movement it could happen. The things that are going on, if this is where the heartbreak is and you're like holding on to the connection for dear life, or the, you know, however this painful experience is happening in your life, when you sit in a Four of Pentacles state of mind, meaning I am not budging, like it's my way or the highway, I am not budging. And yes, you guys can be like that sometimes. You guys can be like that a lot. The Chariot is saying, if you give me the opportunity, the universe is saying, if you give me the opportunity, I have a direction that will bring you so much with the Six of Wands. Victory, rising above. Both of these are victory cards. But you have to allow it. You know, we've talked about before how, you know, readers do these readings for the energy for the month, and it's just not going to automatically apply to you unless you work with the energy that we're giving you. If I say to you, hold on to everything for dear life because you don't want the universe to work in your life right now, that's not, you know. If you are being stubborn and you're not letting go of someone or something or a relationship or, and you know, whatever it is that you're holding on to, even material things, if you're holding on to material things too tightly, you could feel depleted. The energy that you're not working with, the energy, you're not allowing the space for the universe to work in your life. And it's time to do that. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune on the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this could be you or it could be another earth sign in your life. I feel like the other person in your life is a lot more emotional than either they're letting on. You're not recognizing how emotional they truly are. The Queen of Cups is not somebody who's going to outwardly just like spill their guts unless it's in a very angry kind of way. She's kind of holding it in, especially with the Seven of Wands. She's holding her emotions in very tightly. Meanwhile, you're being asked to allow divine timing to come in and work in your life so that you can have a new start, so that you can, and it's going to take risks. Like you're going to have to risk letting go of someone or something. And it could be that they're already kind of letting go of you or showing you that they need the distance. And if you just trust and have a little faith and you release it as well, if they've already released it and you release it as well, I mean, look what you're being promised. You're being promised victory and good things coming your way. The Wheel of Fortune wants to turn for you and not against you. And it's time to recognize that, you know, with Judgment. Might be a little confusing for you with the Seven of Cups, but the Two of Wands is saying it's time to make the choice. It's time. Judgment is saying it's time. Even if you're confused, even if things are really fuzzy right now and you don't know if this person is going to come back, or you don't know if you're ever going to have this kind of connection again, or you don't know if this person will ever fully open up to you. The transitioning of it is very real. And the pain and the heartache has already happened. So it's time to get real with yourself and be super honest. I think that the confusion is an illusion in your mind, because I think that it's very clear what's happening, but because of all of this water energy that's going on, this very thick, very heavy water energy that's happening, and And I was wrong, actually. Venus is going to be in Libra on November 1st because it is in retrograde. So we're going back into a time of Libra. But we still have a lot of really watery stuff going on. And Mercury will be transitioning into Sagittarius during November. But that's not to say that it's still going to be very confusing. Like, where do I release this energy? And where do I allow it to come, you know, allow other things to come into my life? I feel like the person that is being a little bit defensive right now is only doing it because of their own heartbreak. And it's very possible that you could have been the reason for their heartbreak as well. I mean, if we're going to be super honest with ourselves, we can't always blame the other person. A lot of times we do things to hurt other people, not recognizing that we're actually doing it. But it's almost like you try to advance forward with them and they cut you off again, or they shut you down, or they ghost you in some way, or they have a wall up that you can't seem to penetrate right now. And that's okay. So the cards are saying, release it. Let go of this Four of Pentacles mentality. You don't need to be in that. And this fire sign that is clearly feeling super good about themselves is making you feel worse. So I don't know where the fire sign sits in the mix. It could be that soulmate card. It could be the person that hurt you as well. It doesn't have to be the water sign. I feel like the water sign is actually very vulnerable right now. And the fire sign is kind of like on top of the world and putting all of their, it's just about, like, it doesn't feel like the fire sign doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. If it's an earth sign that you're dealing with, their life is changing as well. Whether it's a Capricorn or a Virgo or another Taurus, their life is changing as well. And they're also being asked to release a lot of things, to let go, to allow the universe to work in their favor. There's a lot of transformation and transitioning happening for earth signs in November. So be good to yourself, Taurus. I love you guys so much. I will see you for the November soulmate readings. Take really good care of yourself. And remember that even if you're confused by all the energy that's going on, the best way for you to come back, to like pull yourself back into who you are, is to meditate and sit with yourself and just get quiet and be really good to you. Okay? I love you guys so, so much. Like, you have no idea. So, I will see you guys for November soulmate readings. Bye.